What better way to end the day than a Milo Dinosaur after a long day at work? No, you just want to chill out with friends? No, this is one of the best drinks you can ever think of. I remember when I was young, my mom and my dad always brings me out for supper. We always have roti prata, lassi brani, and Milo Dinosaur is always one of my wanted drinks. So I decided to do a dessert which is a little bit healthier, but we're going to incorporate different techniques to it. And then I hope you guys enjoy this version of our Milo Dinosaur. Okay, so we're going to start off with the panna cotta first. We're going to throw the milk, cream, sugar, Milo, done. We're just going to whisk it. So while this is doing, we're just going to soften the gelatin sheets over here in ice water. So once the gelatin is softened, it's something like this. You're just going to squeeze out the excess water. You're just going to incorporate in. Allow it to dissolve inside. There you go, you'll make sure it's done. You're just going to strain it. You can smell. Oh, amazing. Just want to have a piece of prata now. You don't want to fill it to the brim because it's quite tough to remove afterwards. So we just have a blowtorch, just slightly kind of go through, just to burst the bubbles, and then you're done. You can leave this in the chiller for about 5 to 6 hours till it's set. The next component to this dessert will be the Milo crumbs. We wanted to do something like a Milo Dinosaur where you have this over-excess Milo powder on top, but slightly too sweet for me. I mean, we got to do something about it because we are kind of health conscious now, especially my age. Okay. We'll start off with the flour first. Cocoa powder, Milo, sugar, and then last you have your butter just right in the middle over here. So what you're trying to do here is to really incorporate everything nicely and even. Actually, look at the texture, it's amazing. With a tray over here, just gonna lay it nicely. Just gonna evenly spread out, and then we're just gonna chuck it in the oven for about 30 minutes. And every 10 minutes, you just use a spatula to really just to work it through so that everything is evenly cooked. Next component of this dish, we're going to do a cocoa shiratama, but we're going to just mold into mini dinosaur eggs just to really represent dinosaurs and its prehistoric moment. So what we have here is a glutinous rice flour, a bit of water just to play around, and here is a different color. It's with cocoa powder and also same glutinous rice flour and water. Start off with the dry ingredients first. So with a very dry mixing bowl, just going to incorporate this in. Water, a little bit at a time. So with your hands, just kind of work it. So what you're going to get is something like this. Okay, just going to leave it aside here. So next one we're going to do it's cocoa. So again, we start off with the dry ingredients first. Water, a little bit at a time. You can't really add too much of water at one go because you will actually over add and the dough will be a little bit too watery to work with. Cocoa will be a bit more, you need a little bit more water because of the powder. So this is what you're going to get. So in a separate tray, you're just going to start off with a little bit of white and a little bit of brown. So kind of just knead it together. I have very big hands, so I try my best to do nice eggs. So this is what you actually want to get over here. You're just going to do about 10 of them. Next, you're going to cook the eggs in kind of a simmering water over here. It doesn't have to be seasoned, okay? Something a bit more neutral. So gently just drop them in. So as you see, it starts to float. So when it floats, it's really done. Last, the component of this dessert will be the ice cream. It's a condensed milk ice cream. For this recipe, you will need a paku jet. It's a machine that actually churns frozen items. You're going to have a pot over here. You're just going to warm it up, incorporate the milk, cream. Condensed milk is always up to preference, so I'm just going to have about 2 tablespoons. You can see the condensed milk starting to dissolve nicely. Incorporate the egg yolks in now. So what you're trying to do is more like a sabayon, where you actually incorporate egg yolks and we whisk it into a thick mixture. So you're going to heat it more about 65 to 66 degrees. So with a whisk, we're just going to whisk it. This will take a little bit of time, about 5 minutes. Really got to watch the fire. You don't want to really force heat, if not you'll just become scrambled eggs. If you have a nice piece of cinnamon stick with a grater, you're just going to grate it. The Paco container, make sure it's dry. With a strainer, you're just going to strain it over. We're going to close it, okay? And we're going to put it in the freezer for 5 to 6 hours. Okay, you're going to finish off the dessert. So we start off with the panna cotta. Just going to leave it here. Like how a Milo Dinosaur should be. Just really going to overload it over here. You have the dinosaur eggs just over here. The dinosaur eggs is also very neutral in flavor, so it kind of lightens up the whole dish. Lemon balm, that's going to be on top. Sunflowers. Everything is grown from our garden, so we try to be as sustainable as possible. Last but not least, we're going to have the pop rocks, just for a bit of crackling, just at the side. Okay, last, our condensed milk ice cream that's been churned in a paku jet. So just a little warm spoon, we're just going to rotate it nicely.